I wouldn't be surprised. I would be not very surprised.
Okay. They won. It's a. I'm telling you, it's a banging comp.
Well, Angel surprising us.
It really is a banging comp. I like it a lot.
He was the one. So him and Zeke.
I got some cool stuff if teams ever decide to use that comp.
Jet versus Jet, we got it.
Okay, so we got Loud. We got Loud for Heretics. This is what they were doing before, right?
I really hope
it? I can't even remember.
The
Gecko on this, yeah, this is both the same.
Even back in G2 kind of days. Now Zeke doing that duty is kind of interesting, also considering that he has taken that IGL service.
Yep,
that is also a big swap.
Understanding of the map.
These two have swapped.
This is a read onto what they thought they would be playing today based on their bans. So I really like this. I'm gonna give them 25-75.
All right, that is very
Heretics had
I think that is a good
okay, they had a Viper instead of the Sky. A Viper instead of Astra. Okay.
At the same time,
this used to be Astra, but it used to be over here.
Can be as great as it gets.
Okay, it's been like a three-way. Okay, I get it. It's been like a three-way mix-up. In terms of this is looking pretty good. This will be interesting. I kind of like Gecko on Pearl, but maybe we haven't seen the best stuff from Gecko.
I know
so
Angel
we'll see
was
how it
descending
looks.
to madness a little bit, but this is pushing all of
Neil's
the
always
pressure
sweating,
onto
Bryce.
him.
He's
We
always
know
stressed.
Navi, they
He's
changed
always
stuff
tired.
because they want their opponents
It's
to
a
be
rough
caught off
time.
guard. But Navi could not have foreseen these changes from Heretics.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Kukuka, this is an advantage for Heretics. They have an opportunity.
You're on the Gecko train, Emmy?
They were to prepare
I
for
just
this
think,
match,
and like I think Gecko's fine, but majority of the time it's just like, is it worth getting rid of the set agent that would normally be playing it? I think Pearl's one of the better maps.
To the rest of the community in EMEA that they can actually do it, then they're not just
Zeke, yeah, Zeke is IGL. Zeke's been IGL from the beginning.
Yeah, and this brings us also to the point where obviously Lotus has to be really.
You get A main control for free. Yeah, we've seen comps of A main control for free though, and it doesn't. Like,
I see this being a 2-0 for Navi no matter what.
Yeah,
so,
it's still. I agree, Imi, and on most maps it looks great on attack as well. But it's always on defense where I'm just like.
We'll see indeed. We got the father of Valorant on the server now. I was stuck.
What's the point of putting up with Mixwell? Jesus. What's the point of putting up with Mixwell if Zeke is IGL? Mixwell wasn't even calling before that. It was Boo that was calling
Thomas
before
vacated
that,
the building.
You're kind of onto some kind of point there. Maybe worded it a bit harsher than I would, but yeah, there's definitely definitely needs some kind of fragging power. I think there's a few people that if Zeke is IGLing, I don't know, some of the roles feel a little bit odd.
If I'm being honest, I know that's not the boldest of predictions in the world.
No, it is the boldest of predictions.
I think there was always going to be a really tough.
You think these two comps are the best two on this map right now? Interesting. I would definitely throw the C9 comp into the mix. I think the C9 comp's incredible. I like the Loud comp though. It's Loud comp is insane on this map, just especially the spamming B. I like it a lot.
Fix all of the problems they had already, like going into Pearl. I think it's a huge advantage going Navi's way.
Defo's apparently playing in the Chinese on a Chinese team, right?
So I think this is going to be an incredibly tough match.
I haven't actually fully seen anything about it, but
like they're in a flux of switching
that's
up
what I've been
roles.
hearing.
Like, even just between the last time they played this map and this one, you've had Zeke and
C9 comp looks really confusing how you play it. Nah, it's super simple. It's literally just when you don't have ults, you'll go over towards B. When you do have ults, you go over towards A. They played it relatively simple.
Going into this.
No, we saw that they're speaking about this as well.
It's primarily just a B spam comp.
About the variation in comps that we've seen across all the teams in the EMEA, and Navi are right at the top with 7. They have played the most, greatest variety, I guess you could say. Yeah. Greatest variety of Valorant so far.
Lime, send the juice on Icebox. I want to look at your Icebox, man. Lime, I got 3 cameras that all absolutely bang in your comp. I'll be tempted to give it to you because I just kind of want to see people use them.
In that kind of sense of trying to find exactly who's comfortable where.
I've also got an insane default for you. Oh my goodness, I have a really good default with that comp.
Every single role so far for this team.
He doesn't start swapping.
The only thing that worries me is how is Mixor's Harbor going to go? Because last time around, I think they
played I'll have a think about it.
They got absolutely spanked. So it's going to be a learning.
Just because I like the comp, I'll have a think about it.
They might be thrown in at the
I'm going to watch it first. I want to watch your game first. maybe that's what I think that's what I'll watch on the flight tomorrow. Okay, Heretics on defense, NAVI on attack. We have an instant knife, and I didn't really see where the lineup was going. Okay, nicely on top, just to check if anyone's close.
Somewhat unpredictable as well. You can go in expecting to see a certain pick out of Zeke and suddenly surprising you with the other.
Damn, okay.
Angel
well,
straight off the bat though.
We see the Gecko.
This morning, straight down here.
What's going on here? Because he had a sheriff.
Too far ahead of the rest of his team.
Oh my goodness.
An interesting one.
Oh, it's all going wrong. Okay. It's a 4v5.
He currently has a ghost.
And this is a sheriff. Does that look like a sheriff?
That was just an insane shot with a gun that he doesn't even have. But definitely interesting to see someone on a Gecko seemingly not actually buying up that extra utility behind it. So we'll see how that's actually going to play.
Ignore all of this. Ignore it. It's just two behind.
And there needs to be a response here.
It's two behind. The HUD's like frozen, Chad. Don't worry. It's a 4v5 still. Going to a split. Heretics have an early rotate. So they're looking alright at this one, and they have early information to this. So they're actually going to have 4 people close by. What is going on?
Coming out of NAVI, but so far, as you say, a good read from Heretics. The Harbor rotating
yeah, because they cut sound, they do have to see a rotate back. So they've kind of faked that they could have gone around the map. But honestly, this is looking pretty good. They pinch over towards R. Still 3 people here. Heretics have a chance. Especially when these shots aren't hitting.
Just one of the ugliest fights I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was not how he wanted to start the game off. Oh my goodness. Okay, they get a plan into this one. You can see it. 3-on-5 retake. I don't know about this one. Not too confident. Damn, just get rid of the HUD. It's fine, we can work it out. Okay, Avova in a 1-on-5 takes down to a 1-on-3. He has 91 HP.
3 players still stacked up against him though. This has got NAVI written all over it.
Yeah, they've got gravity well for the afterplant and well,
sure, a little bit of an overcommitment, but we're absolutely fine with it. NAVI taking the pistol. What absolute madness to have a Gecko and buy a sheriff on it.
It might be confusing some people at the moment,
just angel things.
It's going to need a little bit of a refresh.
We'll sort it out in a second. This is that first kill as well, just max range as well. You know, one of those longer angles in the game, it absolutely beams him from distance, and then Zipan starts cleaning up a little bit closer. And for a second, sure, it looked a bit nice.
We have IGLs at the top level, Angel, FNS, both have been fragging significantly more. It can be depending on who's on your team as well. Like if you have people that you don't have to micromanage as much and can kind of just call and people get used to how you're wanting to play, and you don't really have to micro and you can just focus on your own game a little bit. So it might be a lot of that. It might be a good amount of teams are starting to get used to the people they're playing around, so they kind of don't have to control them as much. They don't have to tell them everything that they have to do. Okay, in terms of this one, Heretics, we see full eco, like legit full eco into this one.
Looking largely unbothered as well as they've got themselves straight.
Why teams not buying frenzies? Again, teams are very teams have their own specific way of playing, and in terms of what we all believe is better, isn't what other teams all think is better. So.
I think, as you say, unless we see an act of God.
Yeah, I agree. I think the frenzies kind of pop.
Yeah. Something that obviously needs to mention for the guys in the audience right now.
Can they do any bit of damage?
Wingman planted, North
that
America
is
lost their
an
minds.
actual no.
So
no bits of damage, no bullets hit.
Every single Wingman plant, all right?
Yeah, they did cheer. I heard them cheer.
It needs to be louder. I need to pure excitement. Imagine that we've just seen the greatest clutch of all time.
Do you think there's some ideas going from smoke slash sentinels to initiator makes a lot of sense? Especially the sentinels to initiator makes a lot of sense, right? Sentinel, as long as you're in the pack itself, say like a lot of your defaults are 4-1. If you're the IGL and you're the 1, you're the sentinel, it's kind of, it gets a little bit rough in terms of organizing the team and knowing exactly what to call. So I think that definitely helps. With the increase of Sky, having a player on Sky who kind of knows how he wants it to be played, it's pretty important. It's your main thing for just clearing the question marks out, so I like it a lot. In terms of Smoker, Sentinels, in terms of, Smoker to Initiator, it doesn't matter too much in my opinion. Right, perfect round for it, question mark over towards A, cleared out, so they don't have to worry about this area for a little bit, so that's pretty nice.
Boo down within seconds, and then they catch the timing.
I can lower this. We'll put it on like 35. Maybe that's a better spot for it.
And I think ready. Almost there. There we go.
That's better. Much more warmed up the second time of asking. They ain't going to let you down in this crowd, are they?
Whose map pick? This is Navi's map pick. The worrying thing for Heretics, apart from losing the bonus, is the fact that their attack didn't look great. So this could be an absolute nightmare of a map for them.
Especially, and this round have just been an absolute slaughter from Navi. And it's not at all trying to write Heretics off. But, well, actually, no, I'm a liar. I actually am trying to do that. Looking at how things went for them last week, you're hard-pressed to think it really goes much differently against Navi, who,
that's devastating.
Is still a top team that we have here in EMEA, even if they aren't quite going flawless the same way Fnatic are.
They're hunting. They're looking for that remaining player. Kellogg's is very far away at this stage, so I think clearing him out is going to be...
I heard you just call him Kellogg's. Is it in your brain now?
That's his name.
Straight in there.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team.
Kellogg's.
No one calls him that.
I do.
Okay.
I respect the way he spells his name.
You're unique in that sense. I'll give you that one. Are you also going to say Angie1 as well?
Angie1. Anger 1.
Well, 1X well.
I've heard worse. Trust me.
Oh God.
I've heard worse.
Well, we do have ourselves the Logitech G Power round. Unfortunately, here for Heretics, it's not looking like the biggest power round I've ever seen. They're going to have to win.
I mean, you kind of have to gamble a little bit in theory. Sometimes you're not going to be able to pick up a util. Right, so for the ecos, it's looking like they do like over towards B. Been looking like a standard for their anti-eco at the moment. That's twice where Navi have just decided to hit over towards B against ecos. Let's see if they can actually do some damage this time. I mean, there's 2 guns down, but yeah, this is looking a little bit rough already, but we'll see. We've only had 1 full buy round, so let's not get too carried away.
Any extra damage would be
bit of
nice,
modest damage, yeah, I like that.
Navi is off the charts. Like to win what was your quote-unquote bonus round and win it cleanly at that.
Why didn't Heretics ban Pearl? They obviously felt like they had a better chance to win on this map than whatever they banned. Which was Icebox or something? I can't remember. I can't remember fully what they banned.
Like, he was truly unbelievable. He was dominating.
Yeah, they definitely believe it's was it Fracture? They definitely believe it's one of their better maps, from what Neil's been saying in chat.
I could be wrong, but at least 3 rounds, I think Angel is the one finding the opening kill. The man running in on a Gecko.
How can they possibly think that? It's the same thing like we saw with it's the same thing like we saw with Talon and their triple duelist, right? It's working in practice, so you think it's going good. If it's literally banging in practice, you're banging everyone in practice, why would you ever think that it's not good, right? So that's the main reason why. Bind is going to be played in the league? Yeah, on the 6th week.
No.
Same with K-Corp and Split, yeah, because, and that's the thing where it doesn't make sense a lot of time, and that's where it's like very one-dimensional, and that is the one thing that we can definitely say about K-Corp, is it is one-dimensional. It will work in prac because they don't know what you're doing, but then obviously if like you actually cared about the game and it was like a proper game, you're obviously going to do research into who you're playing, so you're going to see and you're going to know how they like want to play or approach it. So yeah, again for them it must be working in prac, they must be banging, and then they're coming into officials being like, wow, we can only get 2 rounds now. So yeah, eventually they'll piece it together and realize.
Already sending out util to try and deny any of that extra space.
I have to add maybe in there. Okay, nice use again of the Thrash, just taking early info, getting it back, just making sure that he can safely do it by just sending this guy in. So, bit of a 1-for-1. He's now going to have to do the risk to pick this one up. Okay, let's chat. We're going to tune into this one. We're going to stay confident. We're going to stay optimistic about potentially. Dude, why are my circles like weird at the moment? Like, what's this straight line about?
They pressure outside A. They held on.
What's going on here?
And made sure they push mid. So there's
okay.
not a lot of information, and it means
yeah, let's still stick with this. They're constantly using the sky to get information here. Dude, I don't know. They're just adding straight. Yeah, my circles just aren't hitting.
All he really knows is that they haven't gone
3 people here.
Other than that,
let's see what the XX like. Nade comes in. Molly comes in.
kind of sneaked its way as well.
Holy hell.
Well, a sock on top of the molly, not quite going to find a target.
And they added the fish into this. Okay, that is a disgusting hit though. That is a disgusting hit. Molly goes in, misses Dubra.
Such a cool execution.
Yeah, this is devastating. Okay, that's a nice exec.
I did ask for it.
We had Molly. We had KO Molly. Then we had Gecko Molly. Then we had Astra Suck in between this as well. Then we had the fish going in, Jet Dash as well to spot this. It's a very nice round. That's pretty hard to stop.
The execution though was beautiful from Navi. It left Kellogg's with nowhere left to stand, so he's forced backwards, and then his teammate gets hit by the Thrash close, so he doesn't even have a gun as they.
And I like how Navi are approaching it as well in terms of this, right? They know they have a lot of nice rounds that will work well, and they're making sure that they just spread them out in the most important rounds. It's an important round because this should, in theory, put them down to eco. I'm saying in theory because honestly, they have a 2-9 loss bonus, so they could buy light armor with this, but we'll see.
Because of the instant damage it does if you're stuck in it towards the end. So that was the whole goal from the team.
Yeah, especially as they managed to save this as well. They get 2 guns.
They had a stack up on this side of the map. This is the exact execution I'm talking about. Like, he had to run backwards. It came down to Mixor to try and keep his teammate safe. Him dying,
cool.
It's round over. It's already done.
Already see the frustration building up on Coach's face as well. They know exactly what's coming. And it's loadout going to be not much of an improvement going into these next couple of rounds because, again, it's one of these half rounds coming out for the side of Heretics. Guardian thrown in there, got the Stinger on.
How do you counter perfect site execs? A lot of the time they're not always going to be perfect, but and obviously if you on the fly when you haven't seen it before, you're going to get wrecked. And like normally you just have to try and get out of there and retake. But normally when you can watch, you can be like, damn, we can just play here, wait for this bit of util, then run through or whatever. So in terms of this as well, though, is a low buy with the guns that they saved, so making sure that they can buy next. And this could be such a dominant scoreline, and I have no faith in their attack as well.
And that's going to make Navi think, okay, we do have to be careful of the flank now that the turret is gone.
Which I like as well, because the acknowledgement I think probably from Heretics, especially during the timeout, was if we've sat back on site and just let ourselves get
Sword Lord, thank you for sending that, dude.
So far, we need to show a little more aggression. As out comes the ult from Zipan, they march their way
it's a similar hit.
Forcing these members of Heretics back.
It's a similar hit with a bit of a change up. The nade goes over towards here, and then they had the Dizzy that checks just if they were in this spot. Dude Bra goes in, he plants, they just play full after plant. So
keep on watching Navi, and I'm sure you will. They've played him, I think, across 4 maps so far.
Well, retake being attempted. Cove put down, will at least
yeah, Cove's done a little bit early here because they didn't bait out the Astra side.
Coming in on the flank is going to drop 1, but they're just trying to stick to the view. Zipan though with an amazing flash.
Yeah, that's kind of
nice. Just
nice.
gets 2 completely blind there and just lands the headshot.
Nice shots on top of this. Nice flash going in as well.
He wasn't even the last
okay, Heretics are going to get their 3rd buy. And we'll see.
Terrifying on the entry to that A site. I think every single round they pushed into it, you've seen him slide down the left-hand side.
Getting the light armor out, potentially not by choice though. If we look at their money, there's only one person that could actually have heavy at the moment.
So far across these first 6 rounds. That Navi dream story continues here. It's just
look how blind they are. They even like I think he got all 3 players with 1 flash, so they had to try and throw down the smoke just to stay alive. They are playing unbelievably well.
Well, if there's any chance to see Heretics,
what's their change up? Do they want to push anywhere?
They got 4 rifles. They've got
they kind of changed it up. Killjoy's now over towards A. They're trying to have more stopping power over towards A. So you've got Killjoy and Viper over towards A. So they're definitely talking about A struggling. At the moment, they're very much leaving middle open and just playing heavier sites.
This should be a free kill for Kellogg's, and he's not going to miss those. An easy opener, and something that they haven't had too often.
Okay, probably could have looked over to them to actually got some question marks to work out the rotate, but Sky ult comes in, so they at least know that 3 are up here. Especially as when he did the ult, he was closer to middle, so they definitely know they're in like this area, roughly.
Well, sure, Kellogg's is still going to hold down on here. Why wouldn't you on that long angle? But even he may opt to rotate away. A couple of players in towards Ali, expecting maybe a split back on towards the B site. And so far, it's looking like a good read. But this is where Navi have options bang on the center of the map. You can also see some aggression out towards the A main from members of Heretics.
Focus, how have we put Giants in that list? Crazy.
Going on as that alarm bot goes off. This is where Navi have got to pick up the pace.
This is the thing.
Oh, I love this.
I am looking at this round now for Heretics.
Okay, but this is still so fine. They're still so fine holding over towards A main. They've done the right thing at the moment.
If they can deny Xiao from here,
Arbor
they have
goes
such
in.
an
There's this
opportunity,
15 seconds to plant, so Killjoy might be able to stop this round. Yeah, they just got it planted. Oh my god, that was close. Nice shot. It's actually fully back on now.
It is as well. I mean, really, that Killjoy lockdown was the big difference maker because it forced 2 players in towards A main and in towards the waiting arms of Xiao. Now he's only managed to find
You can see the
but he's
spike,
kept
so he knows
himself
it's a
alive,
fake.
which means there's another angle to play up here, but they don't know about
Holy
it.
hell,
All
got a
one
lid.
side.
I mean,
Zeke
that was
does
winnable.
find 2.
That was for sure winnable. Okay, Heretics managed to win a round. Their money is still really low. They get 3,000 on top of this, so they're going to have a really bad buy still with everything that's here. That, yeah, I liked their reaction, at least as the double person holding on to A main was really nice. But yeah, this is going to be a worry because their money is so low. You might even see them. You might even see them eco. I don't know. The force buy is going to be.
The trade just
it's not going to be great.
That coming down to a 1v1 is a terrifying prospect, and they still have themselves 3 ults online. So
the smoke, the smoke was pretty cool. I agree, the smoke was really cool. The fact that they could still see the spike as well.
Curious to see if we see NAVI
okay, so they force into this, and this honestly might be this big swing round. Like, this might be it.
Not 100% sure that Kellogg's is entirely aware at this point that he has got 2 players bearing down him on towards this B long.
What's going on?
In is well placed, but there's no movement off the back of it. Now they know.
There's an opportunity. Viper's pick.
Heretics really need this. They get 1-9 loss bonus after this.
Back off that initial spot straight away. I think expecting some sort of response.
Okay, yeah, and looking like they know how big it is, they decide to put the Viper all in. They have good early info still, and even, this is the first real time we've kind of seen them been aggro. Mixwell taking a bit of a risk, but this is actually going to pay off. I wonder when he's going to stop. That flash is good info as well, because they know they're middle. Obviously, alarm bot's still up, so they can... This is a bit too much, but... Okay, still keep an eye on Mixwell. He's got very good timing.
This again is where NAVI are left with the choice. Let's also not ignore Mixwell coming up behind them on the flank through mid, though. If they choose to dial back, he might find this kind of kill, and that is massive.
That is, yeah. Because the alarm bot went down and he got this kill here, he thought that they were all heavy over towards Art, so yeah, a bit of a mistake there. Huge kill. Good idea to reposition as well and just stay alive. And just make sure they play the numbers. Conzino, thank you. Appreciate it, Conzino, with the prime 2 months in the Slug Club. Thank you, dude.
Prospect now for the remaining players, but Zipan still managing to land the shot. Can he get out before he gets caught?
That's exactly the
problem. Yeah, I've overzoned this.
Narrowly tries to get away. I think they got 1
Damn, nicely done. Yeah, Spectre coming in long range as well. That's pretty good. They should delay the plant and get the op.
Spectre coming through long on the flank, you kind of think, okay, not the most accurate of gun, not the best at range.
Okay, 2 in a row, not too bad. Still, so many of them are dying that they're not going to have too much money, but again, all around smasher at the moment.
Shutting down corners of the map by going in on this fast flank.
NAVI with a timeout, man, they don't want him to get anything.
Misinterpretation on where their opponents were going to
so
go.
Probably going to be talking about the Killjoy moving over towards A now. That's twice in a row that they've seen some kind of util, like deep art. So you might just see them go back over towards B, to be honest.
But enough distraction coming in from the Killjoy to ensure they get that close out. Into another timeout we go. This time for NAVI, clearly not happy they've dropped.
Heretics seem a lot more comfortable in Kellogg's ops. Oh man, it's literally like their biggest win condition on pretty much every map. He has to get rolling, so yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Give you a really good execution onto that B site, and a lot of the time you are going to see heavier
the tactically sound rounds. They played pretty well. Mixwell, even though he like kind of gave them an extra kill by not expecting them door, he actually did very good. It's a little bit risky, but it did pay off. Could have potentially... The fact he's a Harbor doing it as well, I imagine it was some kind of anti, because it was definitely a little bit risky, but I think they've maybe got something on this.
And I think it's such a good point because
in terms of the support stuff from Heretics.
NAVI are not quite broke, but they are definitely going that way.
Money's still great. It is still really good at the moment.
Equally, some more forces coming out. You can see Boo down to absolutely no cash on side. Of course, it's just consumed. The only real ult they've got on side to play with is Kellogg's, and when he's got an op in hand, why the hell would he be pulling that one out?
Yeah, I think one of the most integral pieces for Heretics so
Okay,
far
I
is
do
actually
like that
just
Heretics
with his
decided to
flashing
change their
basically being one of the
Killjoy up
main
after
focal
the
points
pause,
of
because
information for
that
the
was
squad.
the big thing
He
that
has
I
been
thought they were
all
going to
over the
talk
map
about was the Killjoy
consistently
playing over
finding
towards
out
A, so
where Navi
I
are
like the
going,
Heretics
and
are
then the
trying to
rest of the
stay
team
at,
seems to
like a
reposition
step
around them.
ahead
So
with all this.
it's
I also
being a lot
like
more
this, like the
fluid
just
over the last
info
couple of
over
rounds
towards
has
B,
helped them
that's
quite
going
a
to help
lot.
them so
The
much
only
stack
issue is if
heavier
Navi
towards
manage
A.
to figure
This is
out,
cool, they also
it
haven't been
leaves
using
some
op here
serious
yet, so
gaps. For example, look
this
at
might
B-side
work.
right now.
Like the use as well.
Does it get back to the angle in time?
Makes it easier to recover, but you are still going to be exposed to this
Huge.
op, and Kellogg's is picking up these kills for free across the last few rounds. Just Navi giving them to him one after the other.
Felt like the time. Navi again, I feel like the timing was really bad there for them. Interesting that they both go. They both go aggro. Okay, they break the alarm bot though, so that at least, sorry, the turret, that at least will create pressure later. So we can see 4 people in the right place. Heretics would do good to lose this, but this is a strong one.
They can actually seek out an awful lot of information, and they're going to spot 2
Yeah, they
players
did great.
back towards that
The last time
side.
this happened, they heavy AX'd, right? So they're trying to play off the round before.
That's a lie. No, it's not. It's on the floor. They have managed to stop it.
14 seconds and the spike is literally out in the open now. They killed the wingman.
They flood in towards the site, but all behind all this utility, they've got to then find the kills.
Got to push through this, right? Or spam.
Making this plan work really far back, but it works. They'll have the long angle onto this one. They can afford to sit and play safe, but it's a 2v2.
Oh, this flank is sublime. Completely behind
Damn,
them. It's
okay.
going to be so easy for Xiao. Just delays his
I
timing
kind of think they should have gone way more aggro when the plant was getting going down.
Absolutely spot on.
I didn't fully see what Mixor's POV was like, but it felt like if they had both gone aggro together, they stopped the plant, then there's probably not enough time to pick it up.
Look at the finances of their opponent. You noted that if Navi lose 1, maybe 2 rounds in a row, their finances would in the bin. Well, for Heretics, it actually only took 1.
I just love the read as well, because we've seen Nedersoy get to...
Yeah, 8 seconds and the plant's going down, like you gotta go in for that one. Forces them down to an eco. It's okay for a low buy, they get double guns. It was, again, it was very nice from Xiao, it was a very well-timed flank, but yeah, Heretics, that feels like one of those rounds where they'll watch back in VOD review and be like, damn, why are we not on the same page here? Like, either you're all gonna send it to try and kill the planter, or especially when they had a person really far away that was going to win the round from time.
He has been the main man getting them that information. Of course he is. He's the only initiator they have. So losing him early, that could be hugely detrimental, and pushing into Xiao might just be that little bit worse.
And it's also the read on my side that, you know, Zeke has been holding close on this door in the vast majority of these rounds, especially early on, and that was their read. And even with that first kill coming out from Xiao, the rest of them say, you know what, it's time to group up, and we keep on going. They're going to try and make a plant work out here as well.
They were really doing good though, stacking this, heavy priority, and just Angel getting orbs and getting plants. Right, he is stacking.
Of course, that's round over. Wingman's planted. That 5v2.
He hasn't been getting the most kills, and he's going to have 3 ults in this one.
Easy couple for Zipan as well. This man's aim has been crisp. And after
too
what
strong.
was a couple of blips on the radar, flawless round coming out of Navi, 8 already on that attacking side. To say that Heretics need the last 2, I think.
Yeah, as long as you have vision of the plant spot.
Warms my heart hearing all these cheers for Wingman, because I don't know if you ever play League of Legends back in the day?
No, I'm not sick. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow. There used to be a thing at events whenever you kill a pink ward, the crowd would also cheer. Sometimes games would go on so long and so slowly that all we would do is cheer for ward kills. Feels like a good throwback to those days. That was really mean.
It was.
There are a lot of League of Legends players watching this now who don't like you. Yeah. You just like forcing enemies, I think.
That's fine.
Is Mitch not enough?
I can live with that.
All right. Well, this time round, keeping that eye again towards Ziku. This time round has actually moved towards A. So
let's hold out some hope that they can get 2 more and we get some kind of closer map. They have at least gone back to the Killjoy over towards A, which has been working well. Angel's still looking like he wants to get this orb.
He's going to give away a little bit of information.
I'm a bit worried. They've gone back to their passive hold, and in the early rounds, they were blitzed every time they attempted this, just allowing.
Okay, just going to get the plant on this one. Big kill.
Particularly good plan.
Where's the help?
Started off well. Wingman looking like He's going to get them the plant as well. Even still, though, this time Heretics have managed to hold on to some sort of advantage.
Oh my.
Sagetsu's going to go pushing and grant them back into a 3v3.
Thought for a second they get Zipan back up, but no, there's 2 kills coming back. It's a 3 versus 2 for the side of Heretics. And
Astrasuck is still here, so there is definite time to try and make this happen. They do think that there might be someone. No, they're all looking here. Well, this could work. This could actually really work. Let's see what Cena can do.
And they're already back on that defuse.
Okay, Cena gets the plant.
Is it enough to keep this held down here? Absolutely seems to be the case. They're still challenging them with guns, and Nabova knows that he's going to struggle here.
Damn, that was nice by them. That was really nice, though. Really nice in the 2v3. They were both here. They felt like they had both been spotted, and it looked like they definitely had with the information and how they played it. Because he had the Astrasuck on this, he just knew that he could buy a lot of time, so it was pretty instant decision making. Especially with the low HP, they just felt like chances of us winning this when they're holding us with guns, it's not that high. So yeah, they did really good to just do kind of round the world. Get over to this area. That was really good. Yeah, it was a nice call. You honestly won't know who would have called that unless you have no idea who would have called it, really. I don't know how the dynamic of the team works. Like, I don't know how much Angel, like, dead calls.
Oh God, how on earth has Kellogg's got that close? Does a big bit of damage in towards the back line, supported by Mixwell. And even with these inferior weapons, they've started to battle their way back in. But just like that, it's equalized ever so slightly. Only a 3 versus 2 advantage for Heretics.
I like this from Mixwell, though. Just not overfacing.
Yeah, that's good that he stays alive. Okay, another 3v2.
I burn my utility to do it, but at least we managed to keep the man advantage.
I love the Viper spit in mid as well. NAVI
that's a lot of pressure on Xiao if he dies. Yeah, that's why he went so far back, though.
Here it's a good chance to at least lock them out, and he can hold down that mid side. So
it was literally the perfect round from them. It's cool. Or at least a perfect way to play the 2v3.
Of which maybe you fancy the attackers to come out on top. They do bring out the ult. They still got the Astra ult on side as well. They've got options to play with top. Here it comes.
Yeah, just placing down a couple of smokes to get them into the site.
Ooh, that was nice.
He managed to just stick around that little bit longer, sitting back towards the spawn. It's going to leave it on Xiao. And I wonder if
Clutch
they're
King,
going
though.
to stop him before he can get this plant, because this is a man
2 stars.
that's been fearsome for many years in clutches.
Well, if there's any time to live up to your name, it's about now. And this time round, we are going to see this come through, but will they see it? Yes, they will. The cove goes up, the wall goes up.
Respect. Respect. They insta cove, insta stick. Couldn't even be bothered to wait around for him to use any of his util. That was kind of cool. It was nice and decisive.
Not convinced that it's going to be a bit of support, given how
yeah, just so much pressure instantly by just sticking this. It was nice.
About curses and say that they're going to be unhappy with that one, because 9-3 is a phenomenal attack side. I think they were adaptive, but I don't mind some of the later rounds that came out from Heretics. I think they proved
Harbor Bubble against one person, especially in a 1-on-2, it's like really strong, yeah.
Forced NAVI to adapt a little bit in this one, so I don't think it's a particularly.
Did he not suck? No, he did his Astra ult, right? So he had 2 stars, but he chose to do the Astra ult. He honestly just didn't think they were gonna do this. He didn't think they were just gonna insta-stick the spike with Cove that fast. It was very nice from Heretics.
So let's throw over to them for a few words during this halftime.
Thank you very much, Sebros. Now, this is a real moment in the history of VCT Valorant. I've managed to finally track down Xiao's #1 fan, Xiao Kuka. You know, you traveled far and wide to be here to support him. We have a lot of good players, though. Why Xiao? You know, you've been his #1 fan since the day he logged onto the server.
Listen, the fact that he stepped up when they needed an IGL, that he's able to perform in any agent, it's just so special to me. Ever since day one, I had my eyes on him, and it has nothing to do with the fact that he just signed, well, all of them signed this jacket and gave it to me.
Can you do a quick turnaround? Because your jacket says Xiao on the back, you guys. If that doesn't convince you that this is a #1 Xiao fan, nothing will. Now, there's a lot of other people out there who are also big fans of Xiao on social media right now. Is there a hashtag they could use maybe if they want to join your cause?
Tom is there. Is the Xiao Show. Hashtag Xiao Show is the best one.
Okay, hashtag Xiao Show. Guys, make sure to tweet in your love for Xiao. Now, lastly, there's a lot of people that might think that there are better players than him. What would you like to say to that?
That they are blind. They definitely don't know what they're talking about. Last year was all about Ye. Look at him now with this guy's toast. That's what you get from plays like that with Xiao. You will only get wins.
Oh, okay. Well, she said it. You only get wins, and it looks like Navi might just close this one out. Des and Tom, I'm going to throw this back to you and see if they can.
So that was Yinsu with, I think it's Team Heretics Kakuka is her full title. Team Heretics Kakuka you have there. I don't know if other Jersey got lost in the post. I don't know what's happened there. I mean, maybe someone has to have some words.
Must have been
yeah, I was kind of hoping for maybe some uplifting talk about how Heretics are going to turn this one back.
Yeah, that's nuts, isn't it? That's actually pretty good. Chat, that's like me tomorrow going in with a Fnatic jersey.
Yeah, not looking too good for Heretics.
What you don't know is she was
saying that I love Mini.
And then it's like the Homer Simpson meme where like going back into the bush and coming out with a shade.
Should now do it.
So you're calling Kakuka a glory hunter, is what you're saying?
Absolutely is what I'm calling it. Wow, and it's a great time to
Okay, let's go into this one. Chat, I get fired. Stop it. Okay, Heretics need a pistol. Let's keep it nice and short. They need a pistol.
I don't think they mind because a lot of the utility was investing coming in on the attacking side there. Sure enough,
oh, okay.
will not be slowed down.
Give me a bit of hope here.
Equally another player that will not stop in that first half is carrying on here into the second. A little bit of a wall bang coming into Kellogg's to shut him down. Two left standing for the side of Heretics. Mixwell finds one.
Okay, here we go, Boo.
Good team play by Navi.
Wow, he picked up Wingman as well.
Doesn't have the greatest spot for this. It's just going to be expectations, but they don't know that
oh, that's unlucky. 100% needed it. This might be a quick one. Any bit of belief is now gone.
I think they were expecting him to be more passive towards main, so the surprise factor almost working out for Boo by name and nature.
Also ready to turn around and be like, a bad position, you say?
That'd be the ultimate curse to Fnatic.
For where the spike was planted, it was a bad position.
Yeah, you prefer towards the
They got a plant they might buy.
But for me, again, it was the stacking up where Navi grouped up in numbers. They let the plant go down and then look for that retake once we'd seen the attackers kind of scatter out to try and assume these better positions to play inside of. And the problem is they were a little bit too scattered and just could not win out the absolute frag fest that ensued.
Okay, yeah, they buy and they go over towards B, and we have the heaviest kill setup. This is the heaviest kill setup. This is strong. Oh, this could be a nightmare. Let's see.
The thing is though, Navi have gone for 4 rifles.
Oh,
Kellogg's caught on the way in as well by CNED. Sure enough, they are walking into a little bit of a
slaughterhouse. Oh god.
No one, Zipan gets one.
It's so done. Oh my goodness.
And Boo's the only one left standing. It's going to be
well, they decided to force into this. They do manage to force out 3 armor rebuys, but that is pretty much it. Back it up, yeah. I think we are ready to start looking over towards Lotus. Not that they should be, but maybe Nilzinho just checked his Lotus notes, who knows.
One of them maybe being a Guardian or a Bulldog or something of the sort. The thing is though, last round they didn't. They bought 4 rifles. I think they knew that something was coming, knew that they're close enough to the end of this match that they can take.
This is just not their map. This is honestly just not their map. I did like a lot of stuff that Navi did though. And we're not going to be able to see enough of Heretics' attack to see if it had vastly improved from when we saw it last.
This one being Navi's map pick, not all that surprising.
The thing is, we don't really know Fio because we didn't see too much of their defense last time. We got to see a full of their defense, and their defense looked okay.
But right now it's still not.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, that's his ult. That's his ult for the big round that's next. Go on, just let him have it. Look, he's sending it. He's absolutely sending it.
Yeah, Angel's hunting for that ace. Trying to do it for all us old boys out there. And the rest of the team is sitting back. Nobody looking to try and steal it. Trying to help him out. Angel's going to take himself the ace to make it 12 on the board.
Okay, give me his camera and see what he's saying. Yezi Chen, thank you so much, Yezi. Appreciate it, Yezi Chen. Thank you, 2 months in the Slug Club. Chat, you know what to do. Let's get some slugs in. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate you.
He's been getting a couple of kills across a few of these rounds. Maybe we'll see the dives come out if things get a bit too close.
Damn, it is really strong at blasting through smokes and stuff. It's really good for that, the dizzy.
Absolutely nuts.
Well, this is it. Heretics, this might be
Okay,
their only full
9 chances.
the attacker side.
Chat, there's something wrong with this. Sometimes my circles are just having straight lines with them. 9 chances for this one. We have the fish in as well. CNED's 1 away. Does get a kill.
Going the way of NAVI. They have dominated those first duels. And the thing is,
I mean, this is this is so done. This is so done. They baited in this as well. Do you reckon it's my mouse? It could be my mouse. It's like when I go fast.
But need to see a play come in, whether it's Kellogg's or someone else. Someone's got to make
it's when I try and swipe fast.
These last 2 members of NAVI rotate back over, and you lose out in that 5v4.
It's almost getting to the point where I wonder if this push.
No, because look at this. We'll wait for this. I'll do a slow circle, then I'll do a fast circle. Yeah, this bait was strong, and then the swing afterwards. Ah, it's so nice. Okay, it's all up to Boo because Kellogg's has 3 HP.
Sure, it's a 3 versus 2. Kellogg's, like I said, he has the knives online if he wants.
No. Oh no, he's trolling so hard.
I have to go NAVI, but we'll see what happens. Already putting the first nail in the coffin. Left on to Boo.
Man,
HP at least.
give me the replay. He must just be laughing so much. Holy hell! Okay, what a dominant performance. Yeah, chat. This is slow. Okay, good circle. Watch me do this fast. What?